All right. What is going on? How's it going? Oh my lord. It's been what, almost 2 weeks since the last time I streamed. I've been itching to get back to this for the entire time. I've been just itching. I have been itching, ready to go. What is up, DK? Been a minute. I have been ready to get back here. Had a great last 2 weeks though. A lot of good time with family and friends. A lot of traveling all over the place. It was a hectic last week and a half since last time we streamed, but I am glad to be back. Now, the time away from the stream was not time wasted. However, I did in my time, the limited little free time I had here there over the last week and a half, I have been upgrading the stream. I've been making improvements. We are here for a new era in the shiny hunting journey because we got the capture cards in. We can now shiny hunt to a fuller extent. I wouldn't say the fullest extent. I could have 20 of these, but I got 4 DSs going on right now. They are legitimate, DSs. They are being captured by, the capture cards you can see right here. We got 4 of these bad boys going on at the moment, and I have a wireless receiver on this DS right here that will allow me to control all 4 at the same time. So we now can double our output on the Tepig hunt. We can get twice as many encounters, probably even more than that, really. Like, we can really streamline this whole process. I'm so super excited for this. Got a new layout. So like I said, I did some work, put in some work in the time off between streams. So now we can get going on this Tepig as well as a bunch of other hunts. So I am super excited for this. And with that, we are going to get started right here, right now. Now, what we're doing here is I have black 2, white 2 at the top, and then black and white at the bottom. I don't have 4 copies of black 2, white 2. I have 3. And so I was like, I want to do 4 Tepig hunts at the same time. I tested it out, and it's like only a tiny bit slower of a reset for black and white. Like, it's a tiny bit longer, but considering we're getting 4 resets off now instead of just 2 at a time, it's worth the tiny little bit of extra weight we have to do. So like, while the black and white battle gets going down there, we can just go into the menu up here for black 2, white 2 and check our Tepigs. It's a little bit awkward because you have to have the bottom screen available to you to check the black 2, white 2 encounters. So at the top, I do have the top screen, takes up most of it, and then the bottom screen is down there. So we can see we don't have any shiny Tepigs. 4 no's, 4 outs off the rip, and then boom, we got a reset in. We get 4 encounters now instead of 2. So this is gonna be real nice. This is gonna be real sweet. I am excited to be here for this. I do got to get in the groove of mashing the buttons properly because there is a little bit of tiny little bit of syncing differences between the variations of the games. The opening title of black and white is a little bit shorter than the opening of black 2, white 2, but then the actual reset itself is a little bit longer. So we'll get there. We'll get in the groove of it. I'll get everything nice and squared away for us. But yeah, I am just happy to be here. This is looking great. This is going so well. I had when I got the capture cards in, I had a tiny little issue where my computer did not want to run with all of the different USB devices plugged in at the same time. So I have like 9 different USB devices plugged in right now. I got 4 DSs. I have microphone, camera, what else we got? Mouse, keyboard. I got a light, I got all sorts of stuff plugged into the computer, and initially just the baseline of the computer, it wasn't really jiving with all that. It was crashing. Every time I would try and turn on, it was like I had one too many USB things connected. I would, I would plug in like all the DSs and then turn on OBS, and my computer would crash. I'd plug in just 3 of the DSs, turn on OBS, perfectly fine. I unplugged my camera, turned on all 4 DSs, put on OBS, perfectly fine. So it was like I just had one too many things plugged into the computer for it to run perfectly with it all going on. But luckily, the person I bought these capture cards from, they were really clutch, really helpful. They recommended a PCIe USB expansion card for the computer, and it did the trick. It saved me. It wasn't that expensive. It was like $100, installed it into the computer, and yeah, it's doing wonders. We got everything up and rolling. I'm ready to go. Sorry to say for Blaze Black, almost in the guy. Do they increase the shiny odds in Blaze Black, or is it just, am I just insanely unlucky? I mean, I'm definitely not being the luckiest when it comes to this Tepig hunt, that is for sure. I saw someone on Blue Sky the other day. They posted about getting a shiny Tepig, I think in black and white, not black 2, white 2, and it took them like 2,000 encounters or something. And I was like, damn, man, wish that was me. Wish that was me. We are ever so, we're going to hit odds today. We are going to hit odds unless, you know, we somehow clutch up a shiny Tepig here. We are going to hit that 8,192 odds today. So we've been here for the long haul. It has been a good 5 months now since we started this hunt. You know, we've been here a second, and we're going to be here a second longer. So it is okay. We're in here for the grind. We are here for sure. Sometimes the receiver does get a little out of sync between the games. It's like, I don't know, something about the input lags a little bit for some games compared to others. Or like sometimes anyways, it doesn't really matter. We get it. It's pretty well synced enough for things to go pretty smoothly for us. Yeah, I would figure a game like that. I mean, I feel like most ROM hacks do increase shiny odds. I feel like very few of them keep the baseline, especially the ones that are based out of the older games. I feel like very few ROM hacks actually keep that baseline 1 in 8,192 chance, because it's just like, it's almost too rare. You know, modern games make shinies almost a little too easy, but then the older games like this, without like, you know, Masuda Method or Shiny Charm, they almost make them a little too rare. It's like, how many people play these old gens 1 to 5, or I guess 2 to 5, I should say, and just never get a shiny, like, ever? How many people have played Pokemon for, you know, a decade plus and never gotten a full-out shiny in games like this? Probably a lot. Probably a good number. Let us see. All right. So yeah, there is a tiny bit of a wait, but hey, you know, we're not that terribly far in. I mean, I did procrastinate a few minutes of the intro of the stream, and we're, you know, 20 encounters deep already. So yeah, this is definitely speeding things up for us, and I am here for it. That is true. That is true. Ever since I have started this hunt, you have had pretty good random shiny luck. I gotta say, I'm quite a bit jealous. I mean, hey, the Totodile hunt that we did, it wasn't that bad actually. You know, that was only what, 3, maybe 4 streams worth of hunting. Like, not all that much time. You know, 4,000 encounters. It's like a decent bit, but in a game like that, it goes by so quickly. You know. It was really not that. In fact, that Soul Silver hunt was so like nonchalant and pretty quick and, you know, easy. Okay, yeah. See, like that, for some reason, the DS up there on the top left, it doesn't take the inputs from the receiver quite as like rapidly or frequently as the other DSs. Not sure what it is. Not really an issue, but I do notice sometimes that one up there in the top left lags behind a tiny little bit. But yeah, that Tepig hunt, or not Tepig, Totodile hunt was, oh, and now the one on the top right is like, oh, you want to lag behind? I'll lag behind. Okay, what's going on here? I guess I am holding my DS below my desk, so that could be interrupting the signal just a tiny little bit. Let me see if I can hold it up here instead, if that'll help out. 3 shinies, play ones in there. Yeah, you have had quite the luck the last few months. Quite the luck indeed. Well, where was I going? I keep getting, I keep derailing myself from from what I was talking about, the Soul Silver hunt for Totodile was so quick and easy, and you know, just yeah, that man, nothing more to say. Quick and easy that I'm thinking about just doing another one, because I've gotten Chikorita before in the past. I just got Totodile, so like, do I want to test my luck and see if I can get Cyndaquil next? And you know, worst comes to worst, I just get another Chikorita or Totodile, which I need anyways. So I'm definitely considering bringing back the Soul Silver starter hunt, just because it is such an easy and quick hunt. And plus, I can pick up a second copy now and have multiple resets going at a time. So like, I could do I mean, shoot, I could do 4. Imagine 4 Heart Gold Soul Silver copies resetting for a starter at the same time. Like, I think I could probably get a shiny starter in a single stream very easily. That way, but I would probably just get one other copy. Well, I don't know, thinking about it, I realistically probably would want 4 total copies. So like, probably an English copy of Heart Gold, since I have an English Heart Soul Silver, and then probably a Japanese copy of both would be cool to pick up, because there are some hunts later, you know, down the line that I do want 4 DSs for games to reset on. And I could do them in other games like Mewtwo. I could do in Fire Red, Leaf Green, or I can do it in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, because Mewtwo is available in, you know, both of those games, both those remakes. So comes to choosing one or the other, I might just go with Heart Gold, Soul Silver, because it's you know, it's newer than Fire Red, Leaf Green, so it does look a little tiny bit better. But there is a part of me that does just want to shiny hunt exclusively, or as exclusively as possible, for Pokemon in the games that they like originate from. You know, Fire Red, Leaf Green obviously is the originator from Mewtwo for us in this challenge, because like, we can't feasibly get a shiny Mewtwo from Gen 1, and then you can't even transfer it up to this game anyways, so. Yeah, I have seen a number of when watching PM7's like challenges that he's been doing recently, with like collecting all the Sinnoh shiny Pokemon in 24 hours, or like setting the world record for most shinies found in 24 hours, something like that. I do see some of the people that PM7 has on those those videos, and they got like 20 iterations of games going on around them, and it's just like, holy crap. If that is all on physical console, that is a lot of freaking money. Not just the ability for a PC to handle all that. That's a lot of money. Like, I feel like I have a pretty good PC, and I'd be scared to try and get my PC to run 20 iterations of like a game like that, or capture 20 DS's worth of inputs. Like, I feel like you got to have a supercomputer for that. Maybe not. Maybe I'm overestimating how much resources this takes up from the computer. But it is pretty wild to see those setups. But it's also pretty worth it, because shiny reactions are pretty popular. People love watching people react to shinies. So if you can set yourself up to reset on as many games as possible, and get increase your odds of finding a shiny as much as you can, so you can, farm those shiny reactions, I mean, more power to you. It works out. It definitely helps out. Let's see. So, the Shiny Living Dex journey is for Black 2, White 2, but I gotta admit, with this new setup right here, I really hope that the shiny comes from Black and White, just because you see the Pokemon, you see Tepig coming out of the Pokeball into battle, you see the shiny in, live time in battle, which is pretty cool. Whereas if we get it in Black 2, White 2, it's just like, we're just checking a summary screen and just seeing that it is shiny, and it's like, okay, that is very very exciting and nice and all that, but it's even cooler when you see it come out of a Pokeball and emerge into battle, see the shiny sparkles. Because we don't get the shiny sparkles in the summary screen, we just get, a little star next to it. And that's it. But obviously we are 8,000 encounters deep into this hunt. I am not picky whatsoever. I cannot be picky whatsoever on which game gives us the shiny. Whichever one it is, I will be more than happy to take. But for aesthetics sake, the black and white copies down here would be pretty cool to get. Oh, and speaking of really cool, something fun and new and different that we're going to be starting up tomorrow. You know, normally in the... Oh, goodness, keep burping. The last, what is it, like month or two, I've been doing Emerald Sea Glass on Tuesdays. Not shiny hunting, just doing a playthrough. I'm going to put that on hold for a tiny little bit, bring that back maybe in like January. Mainly because I'm a tiny bit behind on uploading the like stream segments as videos. I've been doing that with the Emerald Sea Glass streams, breaking it up into different segments and uploading them as individual videos, which I don't think I'm going to be doing that going forward with any playthroughs on the channel. That was just something I wanted to experiment with for Emerald Sea Glass, so we'll see if I don't think I'll continue doing that. Shiny Celebi, what up, how's it going? But so tomorrow we're not doing Emerald Sea Glass. We're not doing any casual playthrough tomorrow because I'm going to be starting up a new shiny hunt for another starter. It's not going to be Heart Gold Soul Silver, which I just mentioned I am considering bringing back into the rotation. No, it is going to be Fire Red Leaf Green. We are going to be hunting for a Kanto starters. No worries, DK. No worries. I completely understand that. You are all good. Really, putting out those videos is just kind of like it's like a tedium thing that I like to do for myself. Like, it gives me something to do that's not like super involved. You know, putting out the videos is not super hard work. Just cutting up the stream and rendering it out. I like making the thumbnails. I think they're fun. It's kind of like a little side project to work on here, there, just for shits and giggles. Well, I couldn't say that word correctly for some reason. But I'm kind of not feeling it anymore. Like, after doing it for a little bit of time with Emerald Sea Glass, I'm like, okay, it is a fun little, I don't even know how to call it fun. It's just, it gives me something to do in my spare time if I'm bored and, you know, just need something to work on. But it's not, I thought it would be the content that I'm like cool with putting out, but I'm kind of leaning towards, I want to do something a little different with the playthroughs instead of just splitting up the stream segments and uploading them. So I got to figure all that out, but I think for the entire month of December, I'm going to take a break from doing any of that. So Emerald Sea Glass will go on the back burners until January, and we'll just focus purely on shiny hunting, since I have been a bit behind on getting this, getting these streams going. Because on top of everything in the last like 2 weeks and not being able to really stream, I've also been a little inconsistent with actually getting my full week's worth of streaming schedule I have, out there. Because of life gets in the way sometimes, sometimes work is insanely stressful, and after work I'm just like, I love streaming, but I just don't feel like it today because I am just too stressed out. I need to relax and lay down. Hopefully I can... Oh, what am I doing? They're not shiny up here. It doesn't matter. But hopefully, eventually, in the next month or two, this project that I'm on will be wrapping up and ending, and I will stop having that on my plate to really bog me down. So that'll be nice and dandy. Just being able to focus on other projects, because I got hired on by this company in January of this year, so I'm getting close to a year there, and immediately got thrown on to like the most high priority, fast-paced, busiest, stressful project they have, and it's like, okay, well, that's great, but it hopefully should be wrapping up in the next few months, and that'll alleviate a lot of stress for me, because it has not been fun dealing with that. And with less stress in my life, the more I can dedicate, you know, really put in the work for the content, which I really want to do. Like, I really want to, you know, I'm gonna finish out this month with a lot of, you know, shiny hunting, really getting us going as much as possible with the Shiny Living Dex, and then starting next year, I really want to put out more like edited quality videos. I just recently I found someone on Blue Sky whose artwork that I really enjoy. I love the way they draw stuff, and I've commissioned them to, one, make a thumbnail. I did a little teaser for the thumbnail of the stream that will be starting up on Friday. The thumbnail I had them make for me, posted a little teaser of that in the community tab for YouTube. And then I've also commissioned them to do another thumbnail, but not for a stream, but for a video idea I've been wanting to put out. I think I've talked about this video idea on stream before, which oh, I just realized I am not recording on OBS. I'm streaming, obviously, y'all see me here, but I'm not recording, so I need to click start recording right now, because if we were to get a shiny, I mean, I would have the YouTube stream, obviously, to pull the reaction from, but having the home, home recorded, you know, locally stored video file would be preferable. So good thing I just noticed that and got the recording up and going, because that would have been a little unfortunate if we got a shiny here and I was not recording. But yeah, so I'm really excited for the thumbnail for the video I want to put out, which I would like to try and start recording that video this weekend. See how many, if I can get that going. Try and get it recorded out as much as possible. I'm playing with the idea of, like, part of the video, really the main part of the video, I'm playing with the idea of doing it during a shiny hunting stream. So, like, I would start up the stream on Friday for, it's Arceus Giratina Dialga. It's like a shiny race stream that we're going to be starting up for the Shiny Living Dex, see which of the shiny deities I can get first. But I'm thinking maybe in the middle of that stream, when looking for those, I might take a little 10-15 minute break and stream myself doing the video idea, you know, live, and then kind of insert that into the video later down the well, I don't know, it's all stuff I need to work out in my head. I'm really indecisive, so I'll probably make the final decision on what I'll be doing with that like 2 hours before the stream starts on Friday. That's just how I roll, unfortunately. I do need to be careful, because seeing the shinies in the top two screens is a little bit more difficult. You know, obviously the screen is smaller that we can see the Tepig one, so I got to make sure to really look and make sure I'm not missing anything. I got two shinies at one time. I truly don't know how I'd react. It probably wouldn't be that crazy, because I'd be too flabbergasted to, like, really do anything. Like, my jaw would just be open. I wouldn't believe it. I'd be like, there's no way this is fake. There's no way this just happened. Like, getting two shinies at a time would be ridiculous. I mean, there's just no way. There's just no way. Like, yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of shiny hunts for this Shiny Living Dex. Unless we're doing the cute charm glitch, there's just no way I'm getting two shinies at the same time. But I can certainly dream. I can certainly dream. Gotta remember, I can scoot back now. I can just lean back and just chill. Man. It is the weather right now. It's even worse than it was before because it's fluctuating even more at the moment. And it's even colder, so my sinuses are really getting me. But yeah, now that I don't have to lean forward and operate 2 DSs in front of a camera at the same time, I can just lean back and chill. I don't gotta sit forward or anything. You know, I can pull the microphone back. I can just kick back and relax. Sit back here all nonchalant. Oh, it's certainly not impossible. It is certainly not impossible. Just incredibly improbable. I mean, what? That's a whole like that's a whole what? 1 in 1,600,000 chance or something like that to get 2 shinies at one time. Like, certainly not impossible, but good lord, is it improbable. That would be insanity. I mean, shoot, even if you had 50 of these games going at the same time, I don't think it's possible to get. It would still take just so long to get 2 shinies at once. I do need to remember for the bottom game down here, the black and whites, I gotta actually click A when the letter pops up. Sometimes I just sit here and just let it sit there, and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta press a button. I want to get that off the screen. That is true. That is true. Although for the longest time, I have very much considered myself to be a very unlucky person. Being lucky has never really been my strong suit, so we will see. We will see. But if I'm being honest, if I had to choose between getting 2 shinies at one time or the lottery, I'm taking the lottery every day of the week. Even if it's just like $100,000. Like, even if it was like winning the lot, even if it was $20,000. Shoot, shinies, shinies or whatever. If it's $1,000, I'll take it over finding a shiny. Never underestimate the power of having a little bit extra money in your pocket. That is always nice. Did I add in? Did I forget to add a reset there? Did I forget to add those encounters? I feel like I was at 80/80 and forgot to click the button. Did I? Don't remember. Maybe I did. I don't know. It's fine. It's whatever. Who cares? The number doesn't need to be exact, and it probably isn't exact. I'm sure that number is we're probably already technically over 8,100. I'm sure over the 5 months we've been doing this, I have missed a fair number of encounters here or there that would have the counter up a wee bit higher. Oh man, I swear I always start yawning as soon as I start streaming. I don't know what it is. I'll be feeling like good to go all day, and then I start streaming and all of a sudden it's like, okay, let's start yawning, let's get tired. You mean like I should add 4 more to this? I should be at 8,092. Man, why am I keep doing this? I'll go ahead and I figured I missed some. I thought I did. So we'll throw those in there. Say we are at 8,092. So we're actually 100 away from odds. We are 100 encounters away from hitting our first over odds shiny hunt for the Shiny Living Dex. And how just fitting is it that the first hunt we started is going to be the first one to go over odds. Thankfully, we have the cute charm glitch as well as heart gold soul silver to help us get some more shinies, since this Tepig does not want to bless me. Oh man, my hands are getting sweaty. Am I nervous? Like, what is going on? I'm barely even holding my DS too. Like, I'm like, just, I got like a claw basically. I'm not like full holding it. I'm just like holding it like that. What you sweating for? You nervous, huh? I mean, of course, no, I'm not actually nervous. These streams are so like chill and nonchalant. Like, there's no nerves involved here. It is pure vibes, pure relaxation. I guess now that I have 4 total DSs going instead of just 2, we have to keep an eye out for the elusive, much more elusive now, 4 female Tepig encounter. You know, it was always a fun little occasion whenever we'd get 2 female Tepigs at the same time. Let's see if we can get 4. That is now the second rarest thing that we can get in this. Well, I guess technically the rarest thing that we can get in this hunt is 4 shinies at the same time. That is the rarest thing we could get. So technically, the second rarest thing we can get is 3 shinies at the same time. But you know, in the realm of realism, 1 shiny is the rarest thing we can get, and getting 4 female Tepigs is therefore the second rarest thing that we can end up with here. That is true. That is true. Stuff like that is very high odds as well. Not really something you really look out for or think about, but yeah, that is true. Getting all the natures and stuff. So I guess what the rarest possible thing that could happen during a shiny hunt like this is getting what 4 female shiny Tepigs, all with the same nature and identical IVs, perfect IVs. I mean, that's probably the rarest thing that you could possibly ever have happen. I mean, that you were talking about a 1 in like quintillion chance probably, but you get 4 female shinies all with the same nature and perfect IVs. Probably would be the absolute rarest thing that could possibly happen. Unless there's even more than I'm forgetting about, but I don't think there are. because you can't get Pokerus from a starter selection. Your starter is never going to have Pokerus. There's no like marks or anything like that, you know, nothing like, you know, in the new games you can get stuff like that in the wild. Nothing like that here. So anything else? It's not like hidden abilities or some random low odds thing that can happen, so that's not anything to worry about. Oh shoot, I'm a little behind up there. Gotta get back on sync. I mean, I guess technically for the save files themselves, you could end up with the exact same trainer ID. That's the only other thing I can think of in a Pokemon like stat screen or anything like that. That could, that's also dependent on RNG. So like, I guess all your shinies could have the same trainer ID as well. That's gotta be it. Like there can't be anything else of variants that can go into into these Pokemon. Right. So as someone that really enjoys order and like cohesion, you know, matching, I really like the way that I really like the way that everything is laid out with the games, because I have English in the, I guess English in the top left, Japanese top right, Japanese bottom left, English bottom right, but then I have both of the black games on the left, both the English games on the right. But then I have the black 2, white 2 on the top and black and white on the bottom. Does it matter? No. Does it like really like does it really satisfy my brain? Yes, very much so. Like the cohesion and the just the matching, the symmetry. That's the word I've been looking for. I could not think of it for the life of me. The symmetry is what I was thinking of. The symmetry of it all. I guess the one thing I did change about the stream layout is I no longer have the song title down here below me. So whenever I have a song going on, I just, I don't know what it is. I guess I can kind of see it over here on my other monitor in the, like, the tab, you know, your internet tab. It tells you, like, you know, what's going on that tab. So I can see that this is the Battle Penny Pokemon Black 2, White 2, like, remix that Zame has. So I guess I do have that. Which really the entire time I had the stream title below my face cam and everything on the previous layout. The whole reason I had that was so I knew what song was playing during what point in the stream, because of copyright. Copyright stuff. Because when I first started this, I didn't have that down there. But like, I'm probably going to jinx myself here. During the first, I want to say 10 or so streams that I did, I think I got 4 total copyright, not strikes, copyright claims or whatever for certain, you know, songs or whatever I had playing. And I just had to mute whatever part of the video or the stream, like, replay that it was found in. But I kind of wanted, like, whenever the copyright would come through, I was like, well, you know what? If this song's going to have an issue with copyright or whatever, I'll just take it out of the stream playlist so we don't have to worry about it. But when I didn't have the song title below me, it was kind of like, okay, well, I guess I don't really know what song's playing right here, unless I like 100% can recognize it and pick it out of the playlist. But the playlist is a few hundred songs long, so it was just easier to put the the name of the song, the YouTube video, below me, so if I got a copyright claim, I would know what song to take out of the stream playlist. But really, ever since I implemented that whole song thing, now maybe because of having the song title below me, it changed like copy. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But I'd say in the last 40 streams that I've done, have not had a copyright claim. So probably jinxing myself. That probably will happen now that I say it. This video probably will receive a copyright claim. Once it's done, once I'm done streaming and it's uploaded as a VOD, but I just felt like bringing that up because just something to talk about. And I do 100% believe in jinxes. Like I'm 100% I believe in putting stuff out there and jinxing yourself and it coming true. So like I said, I probably will jinx myself now, but I have not had an issue with any copyright claims in a hot minute. And hopefully we can keep it that way. Yeah, it would also help if like not just anyone could do a copyright claim. Like it's really annoying. I feel like basically anyone can copyright claim something. Now when it comes to like Pokemon soundtracks, obviously I have no, I don't own the rights to any of the music that's playing in the stream. They are remixed and remade by someone on YouTube. I don't think that really does anything in terms of copyright. I'm pretty sure if Nintendo wanted to, they could just, or Pokemon Game Freak, whoever, Nintendo, yeah, whoever wanted to, they probably could take down Zame's whole channel. I think. I really don't know copyright law, but obviously when it's like works that you truly own and that you can fight and be like, no, I own the rights to this, like you can't just randomly claim it, then it's kind of easy to deal with YouTube. But when you're dealing with random people claiming copyrighted songs from another company, it's like you don't really have a leg to stand on to fight it because like I don't own the rights to these songs, so YouTube doesn't really have an option in fighting copyright claims where it's like, no, I don't own the rights to this song, but neither does the person who's trying to claim the video. Like one time I think I got copyright claimed by, which I think I might have seen on Twitter that it was like fake or something, because I think it was the first time I ever got copyright claimed. It was by another YouTuber. It was a pretty big YouTuber, but like there's someone that does remixes on songs as well. So like, if you're doing, it was a remix of, I think it was a Pokemon Red and Blue, like trainer battle theme or something. Like if you do a remix of a already copyrighted song, I don't think you can claim copyright on the remix, even though like it is your work, but like you still don't own the rights to the base of the song, right? I don't know. I feel like it would work that way, yeah, you remixed it, but you still don't own the song even after remixing it. Yeah, there was a couple of the claims that came from a random like thing, and I was like, is this legit? I looked it up and it might be. I never got a truly solid answer. Like it could have been legitimate, sources of the song claiming the video. It could have not been. I'm really not positive, but I guess as of right now, it doesn't matter. I do get worried about it though, because obviously copyright strikes are very bad for YouTube channels. You get enough of them, they delete your channel, and I would not want that. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone in the Pokemon space having their channels copyright striked and taken down for using Pokemon related music. Like I listen to big YouTubers, like I watch big YouTuber videos all the time that have like video game themes and like Pokemon themes in the background playing. you know, obviously these people have gotten to hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers and not had their channels taken down for using video game music. So I would hope that wouldn't happen to me, but you never know. I think it's kind of cool seeing these games side by side like this because, like, you know, you see Bianca in the bottom screens as like a trainer that you're taking on when receiving your starter, and then in the top screen, Bianca is like the professor's aide, who is okay. Why is the 1DS not picking up? I guess I got to pick my hands up from under my desk. But yeah, it's just kind of cool to see next to each other the progression of the story, or the games changing, the characters evolving. Another thing you really see about the characters, though, is just how much better the character design for Nate and Rosa is compared to Hilda and Hilbert. Like, I think we've gone here before. Hilda and Hilbert. Hilda's not terrible. The character design, you know, the clothing, the aesthetic, not awful. Hilbert, it's not the worst thing in the world, I guess I should say. But Nate, the visor, infinitely cooler than, I guess I'm wearing a normal baseball cap myself, so I guess I can't really shit on normal baseball caps too much, but the visor look is cooler, I'll admit. I cannot personally pull off a visor. I've never been able to pull off visors, but where was I going with all that? I have no idea. Sometimes I just start talking to talk, and I have no clue where I'm going with the point I'm trying to make. But yeah, I just like the character design of Nate and Rosa better than Hilda and Hilbert. Now, I know this song without even having to look at it. It's Getsus. Yep. Now, it does say Getsus in the song, so that, you know, obviously very easy to point out, but in doing these streams, I've heard this song a pretty good number of times, and it's one of my favorites, so it's pretty easy to pick out. Yeah, that is a good way to put it. They definitely do look more campy. Not quite as serious. They look more, yeah, that's a good way to put it. All right, we're getting dangerously close. We are less than 50 encounters away from hitting odds. We are less than 50 away. It is not looking good, folks. It is not looking good. It's not looking good. I just got to thinking, I've been kind of like pressing the buttons in a way to try and time things like equally. I wonder if I just really spam the buttons and don't try and like time it out, if it'll end up working out the timing better. Yeah, it's not really going to do a whole lot, but you know, might slightly improve the timing of the resets. I like how at the beginning I said that the one in the top left was lagging behind in terms of the wireless input, and now it's the one in the top right that's lagging behind. Goodness. Oh, gotta get a little comfortable here. Just gotta switch it around just a tiny little bit. Bum, bum, bum. Eyes are drying out from these contacts already. Good lord. I just put these things in like right before we started streaming, so I don't know what it is about my contacts now. Maybe my eyes don't lubricate them, you know, don't, I guess lubricate is the best word to use there. Yeah, don't lubricate themselves well enough because my eyes just get really dry, which I think that is a thing. I remember in college, my manager at the restaurant I worked in, she, you know, older lady, like in her early mid 60s, she said she had to have like artificial tear ducts or something put into her eyes because like her eyes were really dry and she wasn't like, yeah, tearing up quite right to keep her eyes moist. I don't know if that's the best word to describe it. So I don't know. Maybe I'm in the same boat as I'm in the same boat as a 60-year-old woman. My eyes are just too dry. Got a little behind up there on that one. What is going on? I guess I need to quit putting my hands below my desk. Keep doing it out of habit, but I think it's messing with the wireless connection of the controller. Yeah. Goodness. Shoot, I might have to take these things out and go put my glasses back on. They're getting awfully dry, man. Come on, Tepig. We gotta do, we only got 36 more encounters. We gotta get this shiny before we hit odds. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes I don't have any issues, like, you know, months back when I went to Disney World, for some reason walking around outside at Disney, never had an issue. Contacts were good all day, every day. Never super dry, like never had an issue. But I don't know if it's just being indoors, like the AC or heater or something. The more stagnant air, I really don't know what it is. But then also, like, on Thanksgiving, I was at Emily's parents for Thanksgiving, and I wore contacts, you know, there that day in their house, no issues. So I do not know. I guess it really is just a daily thing that just randomly occurs. We gotta get this dang shiny before we hit odds. There's just no way. There's no way. I really did not think. I mean, I was like, it's possible. Obviously, it's gonna happen at some point during these hunts. But man, I really did not think we were gonna hit odds here. Tepig has the opportunity to do the funniest thing right now. Do the absolute funniest thing for us right here. All right, come on, Bianca. It's funny, in both iterations of the game, it is Bianca who is holding us up, making us take forever to get these encounters done. She do got the spirit. She got some spunk. She got some she don't, well, I wouldn't say she has no quit in her. I think she technically did quit towards the end of Black and White. I think she quit on the idea of being a trainer and was like, you know what, I'll just be a researcher instead. So I can't say she don't got any quit in her. She did kind of quit the whole well, I guess it's what you consider. What do you consider being an actual Pokemon trainer? Is it the battling and becoming champion, or is it completing the Pokedex and like doing the research? Because I guess technically, yeah, you can't really say she gave up, can I? Because she just decided that battling is not for her, but filling out the Pokedex, being a researcher, is. So yeah, she took that. She took the other side of it. So I won't say she's a quitter. Bianca's not a quitter. She cool. She good. She just likes to talk. She likes to yap, and that's okay. Because don't we all like to yap a little bit here and there, you know, every once in a while? I certainly do. That's why I sit here for hours on end, talking you know, you guys, just yapping away. Although really, you know, IRL, I'm not much of a talker. I am not, I've always been a more shy and reserved person, so only online do I really put myself out there and actually speak too much. Typically keep to myself and keep quiet in person. I'm not quite, I'm not really, I wouldn't say I'm shy anymore. I'm just not, I'm an introvert. Like, I used to be incredibly shy and just like scared to talk to people. Now it's more, I don't want to talk to people. You know, in real life, I generally am good with just not talking to the majority of people I see. Not necessarily because I'm scared of talking to people anymore. I just don't really need to. Don't really feel it. Don't really feel like it. All right, Tepig. I feel like I forgot to add some encounters again. I feel like I missed whatever. Who cares? I'm just prolonging getting the odds. I'm just like, the longer as long as the number doesn't go up, I technically don't go over odds if I just don't keep track of the number. If I stop keeping track at 8,192, or I guess 8,188 would be the last reset. 8,100. Is it 8? Why am I blanking? 8,192, right? Not 96. Yeah. Anyways, as long as I don't keep track of the encounters past odds, I technically don't go over odds. Going over odds is really more of a state of mind than anything. It's not, an actual reality. It's just like, I don't know where I'm going with that. I was trying to come up with something like clever and witty and like kind of funny to spin that. It wasn't there. It wasn't there. It was not there. But yeah, we are certainly hitting odds right here. This could do it though. I mean, if we get a shiny Tepig right here, right now, we get a Tepig exactly on odds. We are about to hit 8,192 total encounters for this Tepig. So I don't think it's how the math technically works out, but per the odds, we should get at least one shiny within these next 4 encounters, because we've done a total of 8,192. So that's how math works. That's how I'm choosing to believe it works. So right here, right now, we're getting a shiny. There's no going over odds. There's just getting the 1 in 8,192. Yeah, basically. Or like, the axe murderer can't get me if my feet are under the covers. All right, so the top 2 were not it, but Black and White, you have been brought on new to these to this hunt. Can you pull through right here at 8,192? We cannot. We unfortunately cannot. So with this reset right here, we have now officially past odds. We are now officially over odds. Feels bad, feels bad. That is a feels bad moment. But hey, we can clearly tell just how fast these resets are going now compared to before, because like before, getting 200 total encounters in a stream was like, that was like the goal. That was my goal for most streams, is like, okay, stream 2.5 hours, get 200 encounters, we're good. It has been 42 minutes and we're already about to hit 200 encounters on the day. So we are certainly zooming through these encounters now. So the shiny's got to be here any moment. You get it right. That would be something. That would certainly be something to get the shiny right now, immediately after going over odds, but nope, not the case. Not the case. All right, now we just have to go with the goal of getting it below 10,000 encounters. That's always been my like pseudo secondary goal. You know, the first goal was get it below odds, but unfortunately did not happen. So now can we just get it below 10K? Can we just stay below 10,000 encounters is all I need. check 2 more. So this will take us to what, 8,200 total encounters. So the top 2 are a no-go. Like a little visitor. Hello, Ryder. What are you doing, buddy? What's up? What's up? Did you come in here to see the shiny? Unfortunately, it is not here, buddy. You tried though. You tried. Ryder came by and said, "Good luck, Dad. Hope you find your shiny." You want to say hello? Come here, Ryder. Come here. Hey, come here. You guys stretch. You are a big boy. Yes, you are. You are a big boy. You smell the chapstick on my lips, huh? Is that what you sniffing? You are a big boy. Goodness, you are thick. You are hefty. For a small guy, you are hefty. He blends in. He blends in with my jacket. So what's up? What you been doing out there, huh? Having a good time? Just chilling? Okay. Oh goodness. I think I swallowed one of his hairs. And, oh, something just flew down my throat right there. Buddy, I think you shed into my mouth. Ugh. Wow. Me. It's still like... And now I hiccuped. Wow. Man. That got me good, whatever that was. I mean, shoot, what, at this pace, we're a little over 45 minutes in. We are 200 encounters deep. So if I extrapolate that out, we can get another 200 encounters in the next 45 minutes. Shoot, we could get 600 total encounters in this stream if I go. Yeah, we could get more than that. We can go like 650. We can really pump out some encounters now that we got this whole setup going. I should have done this sooner. I 100% should have done this sooner because we are moving now. Shoot, I might could have found the Shiny Tepig below odds because, you know, the more encounters you can get, you know, more rapidly, the more likely you are to hit that shiny frame. So if I'd been doing this from the get-go, who knows? Maybe we would have found a Tepig real soon. Yeah, Safari Zone. I feel like that's a new one. I feel like that has not been in the playlist for very long. I've been steadily adding more and more Zame songs to the playlist over the months, and I feel like a lot of them are still yet to be heard. Actually, you know what? I think what'll help me out here, let's raise my armrest up a little bit. There we go. Now I can, there we go. This is the position right here. This is how we sit to be nice and comfy right here. What you doing, Rai? Huh? You heading out? He's just sitting here. He's just staring at me. He's growling at me now. What? Oh, what? Can I help you? Excuse you. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. He getting sassy. What? Goodness, he is not happy with me, man. What's up? Do you need mom to do something with you? Huh? Where's mom? Oh, there's not mom, there's Leo. Baby bro. Hey, don't call me out like that. Don't call me out like that. I can get comfortable. I can do it. I can find a comfortable position to sit in. Rocco, appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I certainly, a Christmas present. I would take that for sure. I would take that for sure. Shoot, it's coming. We're getting 2 of these encounters wrapped up in a bow to begin with. That would be, we got a present indeed. Yeah, I do. That does happen to me a lot where I think like, oh, I found the position. I'm super comfortable right here. I don't need to move. I'm good. And then like 5 minutes later, it's like, oh, my legs kind of hurt. So I gotta adjust. But like, no, seriously, I'm like, I feel like I'm in a really good position right here. Now I just gotta not move. Because unfortunately, if I move even just a millimeter, it's all gonna go away. And of course, as I say that, I start moving. I swear, I feel like I need to be diagnosed with something. I am not. I don't have any diagnoses, but I'm starting to feel like I should. Starting to feel like maybe, just maybe. I'm gonna change the lighting here. Is that the issue? You can't really see the shiny Embor too well. It's the lighting. Do I gotta move the... What do I need to do to fix this? Just a whole bunch of glare on the Embor. Move it around. Now that kind of makes it worse. Oh god, that's even... Oh my goodness. I can't get the glare to go away. It doesn't really matter. It's going to bother me though. Come on, what happened? It's like I gotta work with the sleeve here. Sorry, technical difficulties. Hold on. Should be good enough. Unfortunately, that is a negative. That is a negative. I could not rap to save my life. I can barely speak coherent sentences without tripping over my own tongue. Like, yeah, me being lyrically and musically gifted is not a thing. That is a no. Oh, and there we go. Yeah, I feel that sometimes too. Like sometimes when I like really know what I want to say and like what I'm talking about, I can really get it going, get the words flowing. But if I'm even remotely having to like think or like ponder what I'm saying, yeah, I cannot process it fast to get it out there. Also, I think being from the South, I think you know, you pick up on dialect patterns and speech. Okay, why is the 1DS not responding? So I think whatchamacallit, a tendency or what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if it's a stereotype. I think people in the South are kind of known for, like the Southeast of the US, I feel like they're kind of known. We're kind of known for talking a bit slower. Oh, hello. What you doing? You're dancing? Okay. What you dancing for? Oh, what you making? Oh, a gnocchi. Is Ryder good? He came in here and got a little sassy with me. Emily dropped by to do a little jig and then head out while she's making dinner. I really thought the dinner I made was going to hold me over better, but I'm still trying to get a little hungry. Try and do a little bit, you know, a good bit of fiber and protein in the diet, in the meal, to fill me up and satisfy me. And I guess I probably need like legitimate like protein, and by that I mean like I put protein powder in my oatmeal and had a protein shake along with it. Now I think it's a total of like 50 plus grams of protein, so like, you know, that's pretty solid in terms of like protein intake, but might not be the most filling forms of protein. Probably some eggs or meat would have been nice, but I was feeling a little lazy and not quite like cooking everything. Oh, Ryder is back. There he is. What's up, sassy boy? Oh, what is that? We got 3 female Tepigs at one time, so we almost got the full, you know, not trifecta, quadfecta? Is that the word? I've only ever heard trifecta. Is there a... I've never heard... What? I can't even articulate what I'm trying to say. I've heard of, you know, obviously the word trifecta. What is the equivalent for that for like 2 or 4? Like a trifecta is 3. What is... We did have a trifecta of female Tepigs there, but what would be 4? Not, I would quadfecta. That's not a thing. Quadruple? I don't know. Can't think of anything off the top of my head. Quartet. That is true. That is true. I blanked on the word quartet for some reason. I have always been a big eater. I have always enjoyed food. I come from a family that also very much enjoys food. No one, unfortunately, no one in my family is super great at portion control. I guess I can't say that. Goodness. Yeah. Hair in my mouth. Multiple hairs in my mouth. Goodness, ew. I mean, I guess my mom doesn't eat all that much, but she's also a very small person. You know, in height and stature. She's only like barely 5'4", so she don't eat all that much, but I think my dad used to eat more. I think he tries to hold back, but he's not always great about it. And my sister and I have always had good appetites, though. We've always been, we were always hungry children. That's for sure. Could always eat. Although I certainly don't eat as much as I used to. Like, I used to be able to put away some friggin' food. Man. Like, okay, what is going on? Like, I remember towards the end of high school, man, me and my friends, we could demolish some food. Like if I had 3, 4 of my friends over to my parents' house, my house growing up, and we would like wanted food or we get food, like 3 or 4 of us would eat out 8, 9 Little Caesars pizzas together. Like each of us would demolish like roughly 2 pizzas on our own. Like we could certainly put away the food. I mean, what the number of the amount of pizza? Yeah, back then, like when 17, 18 years old. Nah. I mean, 5 inch is not very big. I mean, a 5-inch pizza is probably what, like that big around, like not very big. No, I'm talking like probably a good solid 10 to 12-inch pizza. I mean, whatever Little Caesars traditional size of a pizza is. Yeah, we could certainly put away some food. Shoot, a couple of my friends could probably eat 3 pizzas on their own, really. Which is funny, like the 2 friends I had that ate the most out of all of us, like most of us could eat like 1.5 to 2 pizzas by ourselves. I had 2 friends that could eat like 3 total pizzas, like on their own in a given sitting. One of them was a bigger guy. Like, I mean, you would expect that of, someone who's eating 3 pizzas at one time. Like, he was a heftier dude. The other guy was a rail, like skinny as a rail, just skin and bones. Like, he could eat and eat and eat just 3 pizzas, a 2-liter of Coke, like anything and everything. That kid could devour it, never put on a single ounce of weight. Like just stick skinny. It was crazy. The rest of us, like, we were all on the maybe a little bit at the heftier side. I've always been a heftier dude. Spent a small amount of time being skinnier, but most of my life been a little heftier. Yeah, all of us were a bit like that. We could eat a lot, but like the majority of us, we were, a little heftier guys. Yeah, my one friend was just skin and bones, but could put away food. Like, he could eat. Yeah, unfortunately, I cannot relate to that. I do not, I was not blessed with that metabolism. I put on weight pretty easily. Neck over here is stiff. I mean, it can certainly be a blessing for sure. It really depends. Like, if you're able to maintain a healthy weight, that's good. Some people can eat a lot and not put on any weight, but then they're really sometimes you can still be too skinny. Like, there's such a thing. You can be too overweight, you can be too skinny. So it really depends. Like, if you are able to maintain a good healthy weight, then yeah, it's definitely a nice thing to be able to kind of eat what you want and not put on any weight. But some people do want to put on weight and just can't because of their metabolism. So depends on where you're trying to be in life. It can be a blessing, it could be a curse. Yeah, leave it there. I guess where it's nice for me, since I do like I gain more weight. I eat, I gain weight. I don't have like the world's highest metabolism, but I do feel like I can put on muscle. I wouldn't say I put on muscle insanely quickly. Like I'm not able to just like work out, a fair bit and just get like huge really easily. But like that was mainly, there was like a 2-year stretch where I was working out a lot, but I was not great with the whole diet thing at the time. Mainly I was not eating enough when I was like super into working out. So like I was really skinny. Man, losing my voice here. But during the last 6 months of life before COVID, I was trying to put on muscle weight while working out. And actually I did start putting on the muscle and the weight pretty quickly once I started eating properly. So I feel like if I really could dedicate myself to like getting back into the gym and eating properly, I feel like I could get it. Well, that was 5 years ago when I was in my early 20s. Now I'm in my late 20s, so probably wouldn't be quite as easy. I'm getting ever so close to 30 here, so probably should I definitely do need to get back into shape and working out and all that while I'm still relatively young. And the longer you wait, the harder it is to get back into everything. Come on. Come on. Sometimes the buttons don't want to work. What is going on here? Oh goodness, I'm like stuck in a loop up there in the top. Come on. Nothing on the bottom, nothing on the top. No, well, that's the first time I've had the encounters perfectly synced like that. It depends on which one you're going to. I mean, some of them are really expensive and yeah, not really worth the money. But if you're just going to like a Planet Fitness type gym and you're like more just casually trying to be in shape, I think it's worth it. It's not the most expensive thing in the world. It's sometimes, in today's day and age where third places, outside spaces of home and work are becoming less and less common for people, it can be nice to have somewhere to go to do something, like going to a gym or a park or something. I mean, I wouldn't say you're not going like you don't just go to a gym to like try and show off and lift as much as possible. Like you're just going there to be healthy, be active, get moving around. Not everyone's into sports like that. Not everyone plays soccer, football, basketball, especially once you get older and you're like working in your career, not everyone's out doing sports like that. So, going to a gym and just lifting some weights, moving around, getting on some cardio machines, like, that is very, very good for just staying active, keeping yourself in shape, keeping yourself healthy. Nothing up there on the top. Ooh, I might need to take my contacts out. They're just getting really dry. Goodness me. Nothing there on the bottom. Yeah, I might have to go take my contacts out. I was really hoping after the way my contacts weren't being super dry for me last Thursday, I was like, oh, maybe I can start wearing them around more casually again. Maybe, you know, it's time. But no, I'm sitting here and I'm like, nope, my eyes are struggling. Might have to bring the glasses back out. Oh, Ryder, what are you doing over there? You just hanging out? To each their own, I guess. I just think in today's day and age of being super, you know, people just being super busy, not having the most free time, and like I said, not everyone has the availability of doing a sports league. Not everyone wants to do a sports league. Just being active in any way is good for you. And, you know, like I said, going to the gym and lifting weights doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm trying to bench press 400 pounds. Like, you know, you can just go to the gym and press, you know, 215 pound dumbbells. Like, you know, just being active is good for you. Moving around, using your muscles, getting things done. I guess I don't know if I'm really picking up what you're putting down. Are you trying to say that working out and going to the gym is not healthy for you? Like, I'm not positive what point we're going at here. I mean, isn't both running? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that correlates. I mean, if you're running, you're running. Whether it's outside or indoor on a machine, like if you're running and elevating your heart rate, it's good for you either way. Like, oh man, goodness. Yeah, I might have to go take my contacts out. They're just bothering me right now. Don't know why. I wish I could wear my contacts more often. I really do. It's quite frustrating that I can't. I don't know why my eyes just get so dry. Like, My eyes are like glazing over. They're like so dry. My contacts are just not working for me right now, man. Once again, nothing up there from black 2 and white 2. What do we got in black and white? All right, I'm gonna take a quick little break, grab some more water. I'm gonna take my contacts out. They are just killing me right now. All right, I am back. Got the glasses on now. Yeah, took the contacts out. My eyes immediately feel infinitely better. I do not know what it is about that. I guess I should talk to an eye doctor or something. Be like, hey, I can't wear my contacts anymore. My eyes get way too dry. See if we can try and work something out to fix that. Well, I mean, their solution to fixing that last time was like, oh, try 1-a-day contacts. Don't do the re-wearable ones. But no, the 1-a-days bother my eyes just as much as the re-wearable ones now. No, they were brand new contacts. I literally opened, you know, They come in little sealed cases. I opened them up 10, you know, and put them in 10 minutes before the stream started. I don't know what it is. Just sometimes I just can't wear them. Eyes just get too dry. They just bother me. But I mean, I guess wearing glasses is, I mean, whatever, is not too bad. Nah, doctors in the US typically like to just do as little as possible with prescribing things and doctors in the US like to take the here's an easy approach. Let's give it 6 months to a year and see how that works. And if that doesn't do anything, you know, if you're not having a life-threatening issue, doctors are a little more, they're kind of just like, let's try this super easy and temporary solution, see if that works. And yeah, it was really just like, oh, you have dry eye when wearing your contacts? Let's try this different brand of one-a-days. That's it. You know, same way with my, you know, primary care doctor, when I told them about all my like lower back issues and the pain I've been having, and that, you know, stretching and all that doesn't do anything, and I try working out and I get like lower, you know, sharp pains in my lower back. What was their solution? More stretching. They're like, take a muscle relaxer and try stretching some more. Like, okay, well, I've been doing the stretching. I mean, I guess they tried the muscle relaxer, you know, they tried something, but it didn't help. And since I can only see them like every 6 months, it's like, well, now I gotta wait. I don't know how many more months it is until my next appointment rolls around. And I can be like, yeah, so, still got lower back pain, still, you know, got that whole issue going on. And then maybe they'll, do an x-ray or something. Now, I guess they could also be trying to save you money. Maybe they're hoping that by just prescribing a... Okay, why is the game not reacting over there? By just prescribing a muscle relaxer... Why is my 1DS just not reacting to the button? Come on, what are we doing? Because, you know, having to do stuff like an x-ray or a CAT scan or anything like that in the US is incredibly expensive, so... They could also be trying to do things as cheap as possible just to, or as quick and easy as possible to avoid expenses. I don't know. All around, the healthcare system in America really needs improvement. Like, at least if it's going to be like subpar and like not all that helpful for most people, it could at least be cheap or free, you know? Why am I putting, why are people going into like medical debt for like not even great service either? But I won't get on that discussion too much. I could go on a whole rant, you know, which I've done before. I've talked about, you know, all that before. Yeah, try and focus on more wholehearted fun stuff when it comes to the shiny hunt. Not American healthcare. Another 100 encounters down, and yet no shiny pig. Yet again, the pig is evading us for the long run. Because let's see, we are an hour and a half deep. So maybe I might be slightly slacking on the encounters here. I might not be getting them out as quick as I can. Because I was thinking around an hour and a half in, I would be closer to like 8,400 encounters deep. So I'm 100 off. So maybe I need to really clock in. What zone? What's the phrase? Lock in. I said clock in, and I was like, that doesn't sound right. Clock in? No, lock in. I'll lock in and really focus on getting these encounters out. That's always the worst, when you know what you want to say and then just like your brain's just like, well, your brain knows what it wants to say, but then it doesn't at the same time. You're like, I know the phrase, but why do I not know the phrase? Like, what's going on here? Ooh, I just realized, I think I was a bit off with my math on how many encounters I was getting out in a certain amount of time. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours, hour and 50 minutes. I've only been recording for an hour and a half. So yeah, I was looking at the wrong timer down there in my OBS. Okay, so not quite going through as many encounters, per hour as I was thinking, but that is all good. We still locking in. I did it again. I said clocking in. We're still locking in with some with a better encounter rate. Man, my brain's clearly on clocks. I clearly got clocks on the brain. For what reason? I have no idea. Well, actually, no, I think I will go back. Turn that down just a tiny bit. There we go. So trying to think, is there anything? My light was a little off kilter. Not that I think it really changes much of anything, but OCD. I saw that it was not lined up exactly how I would like it to be, so I was like, oh, I gotta move that. Well, I was going somewhere. What was I about to talk about? Oh yeah, so since the last time I oh shoot. Since the last time I streamed, the finale of Arcane came out. Yeah, Yeah, since last one. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So the finale of Arcane came out, and incredible show. Won't get into too much of it if you haven't seen it, because I do not want to dare spoil that show for anyone, because it is so worth watching if you have not seen it. It is incredible, and hard to believe it's related to League of Legends. Every time I watch that show, anytime I watch an episode and come away like just in awe that League of Legends somehow inspired that. Which I guess, the lore of League of Legends has nothing to do with the player base, so that's, but still, after playing League for so long and experiencing the toxicity, it's pretty crazy that a show like Arcane was able to come out of League of Legends, because man, it is truly a masterpiece. Like, it is probably up there in the top 5 best TV shows I've ever seen, which is wild to think. Because not only is it like a really good story, it visually might be the best show I've ever seen. Like, visually speaking, from an artistic standpoint, visuals, music, all that, it is phenomenal. Never heard of Finding Frankie. Assuming that's a YouTuber. Well, if you have Netflix, or if you have ways to watch things that are on Netflix, whatever that way may be, the show Arcane, Arcane, is so freaking good. It's insane. Like, it's mind-blowing how good that show is. And like I said, yeah, not from a hardcore mascot horror game. Oh, interesting. Never heard of that. Yeah, it is animated. I think it was animated by a French studio. But it's not like anime. It's just an animated show. So it doesn't have there's no anime tropes or anything like that in it. It's not anime. It's just a show that is animated. But it has what might be the most beautiful animation art style I've ever seen. Like, it looks phenomenal. It's so fluid, like nothing's janky about it. There's no scenes where it's like, oh, that could have been animated better. Oh, that was a little choppy. Oh, that was you see that little issue over there? No, nothing ever like that. It is just immaculate looking. And the people who made it are clearly very artistic, like in the visuals, the way they present things, the music they choose to go along with it. Like, it is just a stunning show to look at. And then on top of that, the story is incredible. The characters are insanely well done. Like, basically every character in the show, like every main character of note, has like a good story arc. They have like stuff going on. There's no scene that ever feels like, where you're like, what was the point of that? That just kind of felt boring and out of place. Like, everything is it's snappy, but like, I guess I'll say for the first season, it's snappy, but like doesn't feel too fast paced. The second season is more fast paced, I'll admit. Like, the second season does move quicker by a good bit than the first season. But it's not like one of those things where it's fast paced in a bad way. Some people necessarily don't like it, and I do agree. Like, they could have extended out the second season to be like 2 seasons instead of 1. But they did it so incredibly well. It's not like one of those things where you come away disappointed. You're like disappointed because you want more of the show, but you're not disappointed because it was bad. It's like, oh man, that probably could have been stretched out to be 2 seasons instead of 1, but it wasn't bad. It's just like, I would love to see more of it, so they could have stretched it out. It was fast, but like, it was still great. And like, there's a ton of fight scenes in the show. Like, I wouldn't say it's it's shonen-esque, maybe, you know. There's a lot of fighting in the show. It is based on League of Legends, a game around, you know, combat, you know, in-game combat. So it makes sense that there is fighting in the show. But the fight choreography, the like, just the way everything is choreographed and looks and plays out is just so fluid. Like, it just looks so real. Yeah, it's certainly like, I mean, you look at shows like Lost, you know, it was drawn out way past what it should have been, and that ended up making it worse. But Arcane, like, they definitely could, with the way they make season 1 and 2, like, if they drew out season 2 to be longer, it would have been good. Like, it wouldn't have been like, you know, oh, that was pointless, oh, that was bad, they're stretching it out. Like, they could have turned season 2 into a 2-season thing, and like, it would have been good. Like, I'm positive that they would have figured out a way, or they would have been able to expand the show, the season, with content, and it wouldn't be bad. Like, that's how well they did seasons 1 and 2, that it's like, I fully trust that studio. If they made a 3rd season out of, you know, the story, like, it would be good. Like, I don't think there's any way they could fumble it. Now, when you consider how much money they had to put towards it, it kind of makes sense. Like, I think they had a total budget for, I think it was Netflix, whoever it was, they had a $250 million budget for everything that they would end up making. So if like they made 3 seasons, 4 seasons, they would have $250 million to make the 3 or 4 seasons. But they decided to use all $250 million. Or actually, did they use all of it? Maybe they didn't. I'm forgetting how it is, because there are going to be other spin-off shows of it. Like, it's not just a 2-season thing and it's done. Like, there is more to the world, to the universe that they're going to implement. Because League of Legends has an incredibly extensive lore to all the characters to the game that they can pull from. So, you know, there's a bunch of other stuff that they can, you know, work with and add on to. So I can't remember if like they're using part of that $250 million budget they were given to also make these other shows that they've talked about they're going to make, or if it was like Arcane was $250 million and they'll get more for the other shows. I can't remember. But they had a massive budget for the show, and it is very clear that they put that money to good use because it looks so good. It's executed so well. And what's incredibly nice is that you don't need to know a single thing about League of Legends in order for the show to be good to you. Like, you do not need to know anything about League. In fact, it probably would be preferable to watch the show without knowing anything about the actual game. Because when you know about the game, because like the show has original characters, you know, characters that are not in the game League of Legends. And so when you know the game, you know what characters are important to the actual game itself and which ones aren't, and therefore like what characters are and aren't expendable. And like when you know how the character ends up in the game and they're clearly not like that in the show, you kind of know the character arc in a way that they have to go through, because it's like, oh, you were introduced to this character and it's like, oh, that's a champion in the game, but they are not like that in the game. They clearly have to go through something to end up where they are in the game, because that is not what they're like at the beginning. You know, at the beginning of the show, like they clearly got to go through something to end up as the character from League of Legends. So I would say not knowing anything about the game is preferable when watching. Now, there are Easter eggs and things about the show that are done in homage to the game that like you wouldn't know if you never watched it. Like you wouldn't understand why certain things are made. Well, you wouldn't understand the artistic take they decided to go with for certain characters in certain scenes, because it's like you're just like, oh, that looks really cool, or that was done really well, but like when you know the lore behind that character, it adds another layer of like, oh, so that's why it's done that way. Yeah, it's different enough. Like, it's not an exact copy of the League of Legends lore. Like, they are changing it here, there a bit, you know. There is not exact copy. It has some uniqueness to it. Like I said, it has brand new characters that are new to the show, not in League of Legends. So, like, it has its own stuff to stand on. It's not purely just, like, the lore and that's it. But it is heavily inspired by the lore. You know, that's where they get the basis of the show from. Is the character lore. Yeah, I mean, it depends. I think with League of Legends, no one really cares if the lore has changed a little bit, because like the point of the game, like, has nothing to do with the lore. Like, the gameplay is not affected by lore whatsoever. The lore is just fun little backstories for the characters to have that you can look into if you want to. So that doesn't really, I don't really care about that. Maybe, you know, diehard fans who are like have a favorite character, who maybe if their lore is tweaked a little bit from the game to the show, they might be like, oh, that's not how they are in the game. But like when it comes to like adapting a book to a movie, or a book to a TV show, or a manga to an anime, I can kind of get it if the source material is really good and you just simply want to see it as a TV show. I can understand being annoyed if they change the source material. You know, if you're a fan of the manga and you like the way it played out in the manga, and then the anime takes liberties that changes it, I can understand maybe being like, oh, I don't like that. I like the way it was before. Why are you changing it here? Like, why not just keep it the good way that it was? And sometimes they take liberties and change things for the worst. And then I can really understand it then. Like, it's like, oh, the source material is like this, but then they changed it to that. Okay, yeah, that's not very good. Sometimes they make it better though. Like, you know, sometimes the adaptation improves upon the source material, and it's like, oh, I like that change. That works out. Like, I think Attack on Titan, for example, I'm pretty sure the mangaka, is that the artist, the, you know, creator of Attack on Titan, I think mangaka is the correct term for it. I think he has flat out said that like the anime is the official like story, the official adaptation of Attack on Titan, because I think he worked pretty closely with the creation of the anime. So I think there's some tweaks, some changes to the anime from the manga. And I'm pretty sure he has said that like he considers the anime the official canon of the story. Hopefully I'm not wrong in that, or hopefully I didn't fall for some like misinformation and didn't actually fact check it myself. That's always the chance you take when you see something online and don't look into it yourself. But in terms of like stuff like that, inconsequential, but there's other things that you hear online that you definitely need to look into before you just go wholeheartedly believing it. Yeah, I've never really heard of Attack on Titan having any crazy differences, other than like I think I've heard what at the end of season 1 of Attack on Titan, Aaron's Titan has like it's like on fire, but like that's not a thing in the manga. That was like an anime only thing, which they never came back to. They gave Aaron's Titan like fire powers at the end of the first season of the anime and then never brought that back. Or he like set himself on fire. I don't know if I'd say fire powers, but you know, he got a little steamy and warm, and then yeah, that was I remember seeing that in the anime and was like, oh my god, that's crazy, and then never never ended up being a real thing. That was just something they did. That might have been something they did because maybe they didn't know if they would actually continue the show. Because what, there was like 4 years in between seasons 1 and 2 of Attack on Titan, so they might have just thrown that little firepower for Eren in there toward the end of the first season as a little, oh, we might never make another season. This could be a fun change. Yeah, makes sense. Would have been cool if they could have found some way to somehow like connect that to the anime story, but to like not change the manga to, you know, the source material too much. You know, since they introduced it, it would have been kind of cool to somehow work that into the Attack Titans power set, but they didn't, so it's really not a big deal. I don't think I've ever heard anyone complain about the fact that Eren, that whole like Berserk thing didn't continue on in the anime. It's pretty inconsequential. I think there's so much happening in Attack on Titan, so much craziness, so many plot twists, like you don't even have time to think about or worry about, oh, what happened to Eren's fiery form? Where'd that go? Yeah, true. Speaking of anime, I have been very much slacking on watching it recently. I think other than watching the, was it 7th season of My Hero? Was that the last season that came out? 7th? It's like ended maybe a month or two ago. Other than watching that, God, I have not been watching much anime at all. I guess I watched season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen. Watched Solo Leveling. I have not been watching very much anime at all recently. Even though I've had such an extensive watch list of things I want to watch that I've heard about, but it has just grown and grown over the years, and I'm not making even the slightest of a dent in it, like remotely. Shoot, I think I think I've been working on Fire Force season 1 for about 3 years now. I think I started that back in 2021. I'm still not done with season 1 of Fire Force. And what else? There's a number of things I started and dropped. I guess 7 Deadly Sins, but that was actually one of the first anime I watched when I got into it back in like 2019. But then I heard how bad the like new season of 7 Deadly Sins was, and so I just never watched it. And then I watched Spy Family for 12 or 13 episodes and then just never picked it back up. Even though it was an enjoyable show, like I had fun watching it, but I just stopped watching it one day and never got back to it. Captain Marvelous, what up? How's it going? Welcome back. Let's see, nothing up there on top. And then what about these two down here? And then what else? I feel you there. Well, I guess I can't say I feel you there because of like Thanksgiving last week and the holidays. I've only worked like 2 days out of the last 2 weeks, so that's been personally nice for me. You know, took some time off to, you know, do some stuff out of town with family for Thanksgiving, and then last week was a short week due to the holidays, so Work has not been too terrible the last 2 weeks. Been barely anything going on for me, but I do feel that. I do feel that most of the time. Work is working. Ooh, that's rough. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I mean, most shonen. I guess I really only typically watch shonen. I do watch other types of anime too, but I honestly I don't know like what makes something an isekai. What makes something honestly other than shonen, isekai, and slice of life. I don't even know what the other genres in anime are, to be honest. But I myself like an underdog story. You know, I like the main character maybe being a little you know, maybe small, a little weak, you know, but they have the heart to do it. And I don't know, I'm a sucker for those stories of like persevering and overcoming obstacles and, you know, going beyond and surpassing. It's corny to like be into it to say it out loud, be like, I love going beyond, like, but it's just like it's done so well sometimes. It's so hype. It's just like it really gets you going. It gets you motivated to get stuff done. Yeah, but I have not been watching very much of it lately. Gotcha. I guess that does remind me. I did start watching the show Overlord forever ago. That was probably 3 years ago when I started trying to watch Overlord because someone I worked with said that they really liked it. And I think I got 4 or 5 episodes into that and it wasn't bad, but I guess I just got bored of it. I don't know. Just never really picked it back up. And then I tried I really loved the first season of Promised Neverland, but then second season came out. I heard it was incredibly bad, and I was just like, okay, nah, I'm good. Yeah, basically Crut. I do prefer it when the character has to actually work to like, you know, build their power and become like a, you know, a formidable force to take on, you know, the bad guys. But sometimes it is just kind of fun to to see, you know, oh, I've been training so hard for so long and mastering this skill and blah blah blah, and then like, you know, the main character's just a prodigy who's like, oh really, I've been doing this for a week, and then they win. Sometimes that can be fun too. Yeah, I know a girl you're talking about there from Overlord. I know who you're talking about. No shinies there. No, I've never watched anything Gundam before. I've never seen any Gundam. And maybe one day I'll get back to Overlord, but there are just so many shows. Yeah, like I said, Promised Neverland, I watched the first season of that, loved it, but I heard the second season was really freaking bad, so never picked it back up. I really hope we get a second season or a third season of One Punch Man eventually. Like, I can't believe that One Punch Man is just like sitting around not getting any more anime, you know, adaptation. Because I feel like it's a popular enough show. Like it's a pretty for what, you know, the amount it's been put out. Maybe not anymore. People might have really kind of forgotten about it, but I feel like people liked One Punch Man. So I'm kind of surprised that it's just not whatchamacallit, getting around. He created his own animation studio. Huh. Well, hopefully he can get the show up and running. Yeah, I think he's talking about Albedo. Huh, never heard about that. Gave them an option for the ending, but then didn't like what they chose. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Hopefully, yeah. I thought I was in the know on stuff like that, but if we're getting more One Punch Man, that will be A-okay with me. Not just A-okay, that'll be very good for me. I will certainly be checking that out. Because over the years, I've heard some slight things here there about the manga for One Punch Man, and I'm just like, man, why have we not gotten an anime adaptation for that? That sounds really freaking cool. Like, I've seen the occasional, like, shot, maybe a scan or just whatever of Garu, however you pronounce his name, and what he turns into in the manga, and it's just like, wow. I want to see that in the show. That seems crazy. That's interesting. Why try and propose an option to your fans if you're not gonna like what they choose? Let's see. I own the some Pokemon manga, but that's it. I don't own any like My Hero Academia or anything like that. I just have random volumes of the Pokemon manga just because I like the way it looks. I guess what is back here? Okay, I guess I have a few more than just this, but so like I have, I'll switch over to Bam right here. Like I got this Pokemon Adventures manga, big old book. Never, you can tell by the spine, I have never actually read through this. I've like skimmed through it, but I really only bought it because, well, the front cover art is really freaking cool. Love Pokemon Crystal, so Suicune, all that, and then the back art as well. I just was like, oh, this looks really cool. I like the colors, so I picked it up, but I have not read it. But on top of that, I also have a I don't know why I kept this sealed. It's not like it's some crazy collector's item, but it's like the box set of Pokemon Adventures manga, so volumes 1 to 7 there. And again, I really just picked it up because I thought it looked cool. So I was like, oh yeah, nice. It's got a poster in there apparently. No clue what it looks like because I have not opened it, but I don't know. Oh man, we are going to hit 8,400 total encounters and still no Tepig. No Tepig to be seen. Just a shame, just a shame. Common Rider or Ultraman? I've heard of Ultraman. I've never heard of Common Rider. Yeah, I've heard of Ultraman. I don't know anything about it other than like, I think I've seen a picture of it. I think if I remember correctly, that is Ultraman that I'm thinking of. But yeah, don't know anything about it. I'm not super well versed in manga and anime. Like, I'm a very casual anime fan and not, you know, I don't, the only manga I own is the Pokemon stuff, and that's purely because I like collecting Pokemon stuff. Yeah, when it comes to anime I've seen, it's mostly the generic, you know, ones that basically everyone's seen. Oh, goodness. Other than like, you know, Naruto or One Piece or Dragon Ball. I've never seen any of those. They're way, you know, I got into the anime scene way too late to be getting into shows like One Piece and Naruto and all that. There's just too much. I know it's feasible, you know, people can catch up on it, but I'm bad at making time to watch things, so there's just no way I could ever catch up on One Piece. There's no way I could stay committed to watching One Piece. Like, no matter how good that show is, I personally cannot watch 1,100 episodes of a show. There's no way I could get through it. Like, at some point, like I said, no matter how good the show is, at some point I would just be like, okay, I'm kind of tired of watching this. I just want to move on and watch something else. $702. It's just, it's wild to think that you can be 700 episodes into a show and still have 400 to go. Like, that's just insane to me. The longest anime that I've watched is Fairy Tail. And the only reason I've watched, and actually I've never watched the entirety of Fairy Tail, which is a bit sad, because it was the first anime I ever watched way back in 2014, but like I didn't get into anime because of it. It was just like some YouTubers I watched were into Fairy Tail, so I decided to give it a shot. And when I got into it, I think it was only 100 something episodes deep, so it wasn't that much to get caught up to it. And then like I got caught up on the show. It went on a hiatus maybe, and then took a while to get like another 100 something episodes out, and then I watched those maybe in like 2017. And then I started watching the final season, the last like 100 episodes of Fairy Tail, as they were coming out in 2018, 2019, something like that. And I got all the way to like the last 5 episodes of the show, and I just wasn't feeling the way it was going, so I stopped watching. Which, I don't know why I did that, because I'd already watched, what, 300 something, maybe 400 episodes of Fairy Tail, so like I probably should have just watched the last 5 just to finish it. But yeah, I really wasn't satisfied with the ending. It just didn't quite speak to me the same as, you know, the first part of it that I watched. And so I think I watched Natsu versus I can't even remember his name, Zeref, there at the end, and I think that was the last thing I watched, was Natsu taking down Zeref. And I think I was a little underwhelmed by it, wasn't really feeling it, so I just stopped. Never saw them take on Acnologia or anything like that. Just yeah, wasn't feeling it. I'm getting to that point in the stream where I just cannot find a comfortable position to sit in. After sitting for so long, it's just like, well, I need to move. Is that a 100 Years Quest? Is that a new like season of the show? I just forgot I'd heard about that. I never started watching that. That's like new stuff coming out, right? Or that came out? I can't remember. I feel like I've heard of it. But yeah, the final arc was, yeah, I don't know, a bit underwhelming for me, and I just don't know why I could not bring myself to finish it. I've told myself that I want to go back and rewatch Fairy Tail because it's been so long since it's been 10 years now since I watched first started watching Fairy Tail. And so at this point, I really don't remember it super well. Like there's some big moments here there that I still remember, but the like weeds of the details, I don't remember at all. So I've wanted to get back into watching it just to refresh myself. It's just it's too long of a show for me to commit to. Like if I'm going to watch a show that's already established, it's got to be on the shorter end, or it's got to be like newly premiering. I just can't commit myself to watching a long show right now. I'm really bad at it. Yeah, I would like to understand, or I would like to be more in the know on like Dragon Ball or Naruto, One Piece, stuff like that. But because they're so like integral into like the culture of liking anime, but there's just no way I can watch all of it. There's no way I can get into the know on those kind of series. Just gotta accept those are things I will never watch unless I see clips of it. Like I've seen so many Naruto and One Piece clips on TikTok, like, I've seen so much with Pain and other characters, well, I guess it's kind of the same stuff that's shown over and over again. It's like Rock Lee fighting Gaara and like Pain, Almighty Push, all stuff like that. The like super hype moments of Naruto I've seen a lot of, like Naruto and Sasuke fighting each other. I know recently I've seen like Luffy in like Gear 5 or whatever it's called on TikTok, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. That would actually probably be pretty fun to watch, live in person and like know what's going on, but never gonna happen, so oh well. I go through phases where I'm like wholly dedicated to only watching YouTube content. I'm just like gobbling up YouTube content galore, whatever it is I can get my hands on, I'm watching. And then sometimes I fall out of it and I'm just like, I don't feel like watching YouTube anymore for the next 2 years. And I watch a lot of TV shows. Oh man. There used to be a time where I did both. During college, I don't know how I had so much time to watch YouTube, watch TV, hang out with friends, go to class, do schoolwork. Like in hindsight, it's like I feel like I should have been just so busy that I never had time to like do any of that, and yet I did. And now I'm in my life and I'm like, I have no time to do barely anything. How did I have so much time back then? Like it didn't feel like I had all that time back then, but now looking in the rearview mirror, man. Where'd all the time go? Like, what happened to my day? I have no time to do anything, it feels like. Yeah, the Pokemon anime is like... It certainly is well animated, especially like the newer stuff. I've seen clips of it. They animate it very well for what it is, but I really, really wish that Pokemon would like dive into a more gritty, not like super dark or crazy, but like a more grown, or at least just less, you know, kid geared show that like just really goes in with the battle animations. Like, I think I said one time on Twitter when something came out, I was like, man, I would just love it if Pokemon had like a Demon Slayer style animated TV show, like or anime. Like, I think Pokemon has so much potential as an anime IP, but because they're just pretty dead set on being catered for, it's like a, you know, very much for kids kind of thing, that they're never going to commit to like a more, I'm not even trying to say adult. It doesn't have to be like super grim or dark or gritty or anything, but just not so campy, you know? Never heard of Demon Lord Retry. Yeah, Pokemon could certainly expand into doing a whole bunch of stuff with their money, but they're very particular with their IPs, so there are just some things that are unfortunately never going to happen. Although they do dabble in some more stuff like what I'm talking about with what is that one, the one YouTube short series that they did for Pokemon? Oh, Twilight something, or I can't remember what it's called. They do these occasional little short mini series on YouTube that are like not very long episodes. And God, there was one season, it was like the beginning of it was like Alpha Garchomp and like an Abomasnow fighting each other in like a snowy area, and it was so freaking cool. Like, it was animated so insanely well. I cannot remember what that miniseries was called, but stuff like that is like what I think would be really cool as a more established, like full-on Pokemon anime. Generations was cool, yeah. I do like the stuff they put out on YouTube, the little series that they do are generally, yeah, more in line with what I would kind of like to see from a Pokemon anime. Or like the what they did, that one random animated trailer or something for Black 2 and White 2 way back in the day. I think, yeah, it's just an animated trailer or something, and it's so cool. And what they have, like Bryson, the ice type gym leader from Unova, like literally fighting Team Plasma with his fist. Like, he's punching and kicking members of Team Plasma. Like, no Pokemon battles, he's just straight up doing ninja shit and knocking them out. And it's really like, it's just really well animated, looks really cool. Again, I just think stuff like that would be really sweet to have more official long-running series of for Pokemon. Yeah, that Black 2 White 2 trailer is really cool. And it's so random. Like they've never done anything like that for Pokemon before, and I don't think they've really done anything like that for Pokemon since. It was just a random, really well animated like trailer. And like, yeah, I don't know if I would say I want them to just rehash the stories of Pokemon games, but I do think it would be kind of cool to get a more in-depth Pokemon anime that like more closely follows the story of the games. Because like, yeah, on one hand, you play the games, but watching an anime that's just the story of the games would be kind of boring because you've already been through it. Whereas watching the anime they have now, it's like so much different than the games. It doesn't follow the same exact story. That it's new, it's interesting, but at the same time, it's like, how much cooler would it be to see, Team Plasma as like real true villains that are trying to execute their in-game like goal that I don't know. Like I said, I can understand it being like hard to pull off because you don't want to just repeat with the story of the games because then it could be boring, but like at the same time, anime is generally just repeating the manga, so like if people are okay with reading the manga and then wanting to watch the anime of basically the exact same story, you could do it for Pokemon games as well. Just make the anime story just match the game story, but go more in depth to it, because obviously Pokemon games do not have the most groundbreaking stories to ever exist. They're pretty surface level. Yeah, that one was sweet. I mean, I just recently the other day saw the clip of, what is it, Destiny Deoxys, the old Pokemon movie, where Rayquaza and Deoxys are fighting each other, and like you see Rayquaza emerge out of the water and like blow Deoxys away with a hyper beam. That was some cool shit. Like that's from a 20-year-old Pokemon movie. Like stuff like that is just always hits. It always hits. That is very true. That is very true. All right, let's see. I'm thinking. Yeah, I think like a Pokemon anthology type anime where like each season is independent of each other, like the story isn't really connected, would be really cool. Where like each season is just, you got Kanto, then you got Johto. Now granted, with some of them you can connect them, so like Kanto and Johto, the seasons could very much connect. But yeah, I think a Pokemon anthology series of anime that just purely follows the game story but goes more in depth would be really sweet. You do like a 25 to 30 episode season for each region that just kind of takes the story from the games and fleshes it out more. Would be really freaking sweet. Yeah, the ending of the Johto season would be crazy with red and blue, or gold and red taking each other on. It would also be nice if in the anime, type logic, like typing logic and like move logic was more concrete, you know, in in the anime that we have now for Pokemon. Like, you know, fire type Pokemon get knocked out by fire type moves. Pikachu will use a steel type move on a fellow steel type. Like, oh, I got visitors. Oh, I got one singular visitor. Y'all are going to bed? Well, I imagine they will go to bed with you. Oh, I see Ryder out there. You need me to take them outside? All right, I can do that. All right, follow this encounter real quick, and I will put that right there. All right, I'm gonna take my dogs outside real quick, tell my fiance a good night, and I'll be right back. right. I have returned. Took a second. Sorry about that. Hope you took in the title screens of Pokemon Black 2, White 2, Black and White. I'm sure you became very familiar with them. But let's see what's been going on. I'm probably way behind on the chat and what y'all are talking about, but yeah, Pokemon. A remake of Pokemon Coliseum would be really freaking cool. Like, I would love to see, but that's never going to happen because Coliseum was made by another studio. So like, Game Freak, Nintendo are never going to like fully acknowledge it as being real. I doubt we'll ever even get like a port of it on a Switch or Switch 2, whatever they have coming out next for the next console. It's probably unfortunately just never going to be acknowledged by Game Freak or anything. I did the same song, just play back to back with different remixes. I swear, we just got Castelia City and now it's playing again. Was the not popping up? I don't know what the last song I had up was. I swear, I think it was just Castelia City and now it started playing again. Yeah, Chuck, unfortunately that question was answered a few just a tiny bit ago. Yeah, no, could not get it under odds. But what up, how's it going? Yeah, unfortunately we were just destined for an over odds hunt here. It was just destiny. But I'm not shocked. I've been feeling it since about 5,000 encounters. I got to be honest. I've been feeling that we're going over odds. I was not super optimistic for the last 3,000 something encounters here. I have not been feeling the mojo, feeling the good vibes from Tepig specifically. I don't know what it is about Tepig. Just not meshing with our good juju. Guess there's just no there's no good position. Well, I guess if I can like tilt the card down a little bit more. I don't know. Like I said, it don't really matter. I just So I need to decide where do I want to stop this stream, because we're really over time already. I normally would only go until about 9, but it's getting to 9:30. I could always try and push through to 8,500 encounters, but that could take a second, take a minute to get there. I probably do need to unfortunately start winding down and go to bed. So, you know, let's try and get 2 more resets. So like, we'll look at these 4, we'll do 4 more, and then we'll do 4 more. So 12 in total for here at the end of the stream. And then we'll have to unfortunately call it a night, because it is getting later for me and I do gotta get up for work tomorrow. As unfortunate as it is, work is always there, eating up my time. Let's see, that'll end us at a good old 8,476. Sure, yeah, that's I guess that's a solid number, and it's ended on. Why not? Well, I hit my spacebar there. I don't think it did anything, so we should be good. All right, so we got our black 2 and white 2 encounter. What do we got? What do we got? Not a shiny. But black and white, my good old battle. I don't know where was I? I don't know. I was trying to go somewhere with that and it did not work out, but that is okay because we did not get a shiny. All right, so 4 more for the night and then we will call it a day. I can tell I'm kind of losing my voice because my voice is getting raspier. It's somehow getting deeper after losing. Like, you would think losing your voice it'd be get higher, but I feel like when I lose my voice it starts getting deeper. Maybe that is a normal thing. I don't know. Randomly, just right there as I was talking, I felt like my voice got really grumbly, just really low down there. I don't know what I'll do if I ever decide to try and do like a super long stream or anything like that. I have no clue how I will survive through that one. Maybe keep a bunch of hot tea and honey around or something to keep me going. So let's see. These are our final 4 Tepigs of the night. Do we have anything on these last 2? What do you know? That is yet another negative. Tepig just does not want to cooperate. Tepig does not like me very much. Even though I'm a big fan of Tepig, Tepig is not a big fan of me, so I guess I can't decide. Do I want to? I guess sure, why not? We'll switch over here. So yeah, that is I got to get back into the swing of this. Okay, I don't know where I'm going, what I'm doing, but this is we're done for the night. I got to get back into the groove of signing off on the streams. I was gone for too long. Got to get back into my mojo. Yeah, as always, thanks to everyone who is able. Just really shook my desk there. Thanks to everyone who's able to join in on the streams, keep me company while I repeatedly throw myself at this Tepig on. Yeah, always super thankful for everyone that comes by and interacts and, you know, keeps me sane. And I'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. We got a brand new hunt starting up. We're going to be looking for Shiny Squirtle in Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Pretty excited for that one. Maybe, who knows, maybe we'll have some crazy first stream magic for Squirtle tomorrow. And yeah, be starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, as I normally do. So I will see you all then.